Hey, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Good Time Gal. I'm Caitlin Peluffo. Thank you so much for watching, listening, tuning in. However you're consuming this podcast, you're doing it right. You're doing exactly what I want. I love you so much. I give you sweet, sweet kisses, okay? Just imagine that. What a sweet dream. Thank you for listening. We have Mr. SeanPatton on the podcast today. He's so funny. We go on a lot of tangents. It gets a little weird. It's fun. We have a fun time. He is a silly goose, and I love him through and through. You can find him on Instagram at Mr. SeanPatton. Wow. Little double whammy right there. Very fun. Follow him. He just has a special come out on Peacock, so check out his special. One of the funniest guys in New York City. So great. Follow me at Caitlin Peluffo on Instagram, TikTok, anything you want. Follow me. And subscribe, tell a friend about this podcast. Watch it for free on YouTube. What a generous person I am. All right. I'm so freaking kind. Anyway, do all of that stuff. Thank you for tuning in. I love you so much. And come see me live. I'm going to be on the road all summer, either opening for Fortune Feimster or opening for myself, being a headliner. What is that? Being a headliner. I'm opening for myself. Oh, boy. Anyway, come see me. I love you so much. Thank you for tuning in. And we'll see you soon. Bye. Hi, SeanPatton.
Is that how we do it?
Yep, we're in.
I fucking love it. I love it. I don't
mess around.
You don't want to, but what about click and subscribe?
Click and subscribe.
What about all that bullshit?
Yeah, do it. Well, do it. Please do it.
Do you kind of feel like, but don't you kind of feel like sometimes like you feel almost like, hey, are we like catering too much to the people?
Oh, for sure.
Are we just letting people be stupider and lazier?
I'm just whoring myself out.
If you're listening to this right now, you're not lazy or stupid. You're one of the chosen few.
Yes, you're wonderful and lovely.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I also would like you to tell a friend.
Yeah.
If you want to go above and beyond, tell a friend.
Problem with super awesome, intelligent, motivated people is they don't have many friends.
They don't have any friends. They're all
we got
alone.
us though. You got us.
You also have tell your mom, okay? Moms love this podcast.
Yeah.
AKA just my mother loves this podcast.
Usually your mom probably lives with you because you work from home.
Yeah.
And she lives with you, not the other way around.
No.
You live with your mom.
Yeah.
Your mom moved in with you in the spare bedroom. You and your, other non-gender conforming partner, probably a chef, probably a sous chef, who does well, who loves the bear on FX, but also is like, hey, they kind of overdo it a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not completely accurate.
Yeah.
Yes.
But, you guys, when you have your podcast listening sesh with your, non-GMO wine.
Yes.
Love smoking an indica, obviously, because it's time to come down. Right? And you're listening to this right now. Just know we fucking back you. We got you.
Yeah, we're here. We're here for it. And we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Asheville rules.
I was like, yeah, you just described Asheville and Colorado.
Yeah, most of the entire fucking state. Yeah.
Of Colorado.
Except for Colorado Springs.
Yeah.
Sorry, we know what you guys like.
Oh, I take it you've performed there recently?
No, actually Colorado Springs is probably the one part of Colorado I've been told a lot to stay away from.
Really?
Yeah, I've been to Colorado Springs a few times. I don't see the problem with it.
Okay.
But apparently the clubs there are they lean a little
what you about to say?
They lean a little KKK-ish. No. They're apparently they like a more conservative minded human being. Yeah.
Okay. The little Trump country.
Which I get. I just say, okay, cool. You get your guys, I'll go over here.
Yeah. I'll go to my little Fort Collins where everybody
love Fort Collins.
Fort Collins is one of the best cities in the country.
And that's arguably one of the best clubs in the country.
Yes.
Actually, Colorado has two. It has the Comedy Works in Denver, obviously, and then the Works.
Yes.
Comedy Works in Denver, and then the Fort in Fort Collins.
Fort Collins. I'm coming there in January. Please come. Thank you.
I'm coming there in February. Leave me something.
A little double whammy.
Wait, will you leave me something? I've done this with a few people.
Okay.
If I'm there, when I go, if a club has like a condo,
okay,
which not that many clubs do, both clubs in Colorado, weirdly enough, do.
Yeah.
Clean condos too. Thank you. I will leave a fucking like a treasure.
Okay.
And a clue.
A treasure and a clue.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll leave you like a little mystery map.
Don't tell me. Yeah. Oh no. Yes. Or just a clue.
Okay.
And then a treasure.
Okay, I'll leave you a treasure. It'll be my poop.
I mean,
It'll be a pile of poop.
that's crazy. Wait a minute. That would also be like a really like interesting Peluffo
She went off
left
the
me a
deep end.
bowl of shit.
She actually left me a cake to rub all over my naked body.
You know what I mean? Yeah, I was gonna leave her and actually some moisturizer and like a poem that uplifting poem.
Oh, nice! So I could read it while I moisturize my hands.
Yeah, so that they were good for wiping later after she took a dump in a bowl.
Yeah, exactly. You did just send us a video of a woman rubbing cake all over her naked body.
Yeah, so yes, there's right now in Louisiana. You'd probably be hearing about this right now. I don't know, or if you live in Louisiana, look over the news over the last few weeks. A woman apparently had a full-on meltdown at a Rouse's on Chapatoulas and started rubbing cake all over her body.
Nice.
Naked body. I don't know if she walked into the store naked or... I hope that was the case. Because the other way around...
How do you get into the store if you're already naked, though?
That's the thing. I think most people would be too shocked. Like, I unfortunately allow myself to do this. I'll go down a lot of rabbit holes of like world star hip hop / fights breaking out.
Okay.
And like the amount of people who standing around instead of like doing shit, just whip their phones out.
Yeah.
Is alarming.
Yeah.
In all these videos, it's including the person filming the fucking thing, right?
Yeah.
So I guarantee if a fully nude woman in the midst of a mental breakdown walked into a grocery store, no one would do a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
They'd whip out their phone and film it and send it to me, and I'd send it to you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Literally, I was watching it, and I feel for the woman in the background who's like, please, somebody help me.
I baked those cakes.
Please. And the guy was like, we can't touch her until the police come. When will the police come?
Yeah.
She's just devastated that this woman doesn't even realize. She's just, ooh, this frosting feels nice. Ooh, I'm going to put it in my folds. It's like, good for you.
Don't you kind of think like of all the of the 100th percentile of the amount of therapists out there right now? We need to like shift some of them and encourage like, hey, you need to be out there like for this type of shit.
Yeah.
You need to be like,
need to be a
couples
frontline
therapy for now, okay? For now. You want to be a couples therapist? Is that what you want? You want to sit around and listen to a couple? I get it. Is it necessary? Probably.
Yeah.
But at the same time, couples can be okay for a while.
Yeah.
Let's shift some of that therapeutic desire onto the streets and be like, hey, we need a emergency ER, an ET right now, an ET.
Yeah.
Phone, ouch.
Mental
to
ouch.
go ouch to someone's brain and help them.
I wonder what the police are going to say to this woman.
just fucking tase her.
They're not going to tase her.
They're going to tase her and say she had a knife.
Where'd she put that cake knife?
Exactly. That's what they're going to... Then they're going to have an entire unit in there to investigate that.
I feel bad for the rookie who got called on that. He's just like, all right, first day on the job. It's going to be great. And then it's just a woman with cake all over her body.
Yeah.
And he's going to be like, well, handcuff time.
That also seems like one of those things, like one of those like tricks that like if you made a wish with the devil. Like, I want a naked woman covered in cake.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. And then, does like you're going to become a police officer. And this will be your first day on the job. Be careful what you wish for.
This is not what I had in mind. And now it's just that guy. Someone please help.
Also, isn't it funny, like 9 times out of 9, it seems like whenever anyone does like a sophisticated devil impersonation, they always have a sort of like somewhat British, somewhat highbrow educated. But I'm like the devil always talks like this and laughs like, but I'm like, it's the devil. The devil would probably just be offensive. Just be like, oh, hello, everyone. Just like, the devil would just try to offend people because it's the devil.
The devil is an alt-right comic.
Yeah, the devil shows up and it's just doing fucking just the most offensive voice possible.
It's Kramer. The devil is Kramer.
Just shouting the N-word. Just trying to, like, oh yeah, that's right, it's the devil.
Yeah.
Well, I think you and I talked about this once. It's a
Okay.
Southern phrase. I only say that because I heard it growing up and I grew up in the South. But that when it's raining outside, but also sunny at the same time.
Yeah.
Have you heard what that's called before?
What? What's it called?
That people go, oh, the devil's beating his wife.
Oh my God.
That was the most California reaction I've ever seen out of you. That was the most fucking NorCal shit. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Where did that come from?
I'm from NorCal.
I know. And for years, I fucking doubted that until just now. Fuck.
The
Gnarly,
devil's
bro.
beating his wife?
The devil's beating his wife.
Why is it called
I
that?
don't know. But I think the logic is the raindrops are the tears
Okay.
because he's beating her.
All
But
right.
my counter to that is, no. It's the devil, and she married the devil. So he's
Mhm.
probably always doing fucked up shit, like
Yeah.
hitting her. I think the phrase should be, looks like the devil brought his wife some flowers, because she'd never be expecting that and would
Yeah.
be overwhelmed and crying because he
Yeah.
did something nice.
Yeah, I guess it would be God's beating his wife.
That would be even fucking. Let's start saying that.
Yeah, that'll get you beat pretty fast.
And then you go, no, it's okay because God's a woman.
Yeah.
So they're just having a domestic. Looks like God's having a domestic dispute with their
Yeah.
non-binary partner.
Yeah, I'm gonna out progressive you. Okay, don't you try it out progressive me.
Are my eyes bloodshot?
A little. Why?
Yeah. I think
Are
my
you okay?
contacts are just dry as shit.
Oh, what'd you do last night?
Well, 'cause this is crazy. So here's what I did starting. So Sunday,
All right.
I got back into town.
From
Friday night I was in Vermont
got it.
opening for Colin Jost.
Fun.
That was fun. He's fucking. I've never actually watched him do a full I've seen him do stand up before, obviously, but a full hour.
Yeah.
It's great, hilarious.
Great.
Got to meet Scarlett Johansson, which was
Oh my God.
yeah.
You got to
Yeah.
meet her? Did you touch
Yeah.
her? How
Got
did
to-
she smell?
She was very alarming. Like, she was overwhelmingly cool
Yeah.
and normal and chill and not weird in any
Pretty.
way.
I mean, she's got to be the most beautiful woman on the planet.
I mean, but it's a different type of. It's like, I've been around a couple of celebrities in my life,
Okay.
and usually, because they're celebrities and because they have a celebrity skin regimen or whatever
Yeah.
the fuck, or skill, they have their own personal makeup person or whatever it is.
Mhm.
They're attractive in person to a level where you almost feel stupid being around them. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Where you're like,
100%.
I'm just hideous and gross and I feel dumb and small.
A-
Scarlett Johansson is in person, obviously,
Yeah.
just amazingly attractive,
Uh-huh.
but in a very approachable, glowing way.
Yes.
Where you don't feel stupid. Or
Okay.
of course, I still probably said 10 minutes of just dumb shit, but you feel very like, oh, hi. And, she I shook her hand and
Mhm.
she said some nice things about my set, which I, was awesome because I didn't know she was watching.
Oh.
Because when I got there, Colin was there and I just was like, yeah, his mega celebrity's wife is probably not with him in Vermont
Yeah.
right now.
She's in Vermont? Burlington?
No, Rutland.
Oh my God. She went to Rutland?
They were doing, I think they were passing through and he decided to do a show and she came to the show, but I didn't know she was there at all. They had
Yeah.
a friend, she was with her friend and, but it was crazy because, if you did, I'll say it like this, if you did not know who she was
Mm-hmm.
at all,
Yeah.
and you saw her on the streets, your reaction would be like, oh man, look at that really attractive business owner.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying? You would assume she was successful
Mm-hmm.
and obviously attractive, but she doesn't jump out in this way where you're like, oh, I feel dumb.
Yeah.
I feel you're so hot, you make me feel ugly.
Yeah.
Some people do that. She's almost like, she's so attractive that you're like, I feel attractive too.
Oh, wow.
And then, of
She
course-
boosts you.
Yeah, and then an hour later when you're not around her, you're like, oh, it was a lie. I'm
Yeah.
not. But it's okay. She
Yeah.
made me feel nice about myself. That's how attractive Scarlett Johansson is in real life.
I was bartending at a place called Mayfield, and Olivia Wilde and Jason Sudeikis came in.
Oh yeah.
And Olivia Wilde, when I didn't register that it was her, she wasn't wearing any makeup.
Yeah.
She was just existing in her world. She walks in, and I look over, and I'm like, oh, that's the most beautiful woman who's ever existed.
Yeah.
And then I go back, and I'm like, oh, that's Olivia Wilde.
Yeah.
And then she sits at the bar, and I was like, gee, I should get, would you like me deaf now? I
yeah.
just didn't know how to function and she was just like, oh, this happens all the time. But it's like, I can't imagine
Yeah.
just being that pretty. I mean, forever?
Well, it's also a thing, like, I know it's probably interesting for them, but it's a thing that's interesting too. And there's that middle ground of I think I just said the dumbest shit ever, by the way. I just went, what's interesting too, and I imagine it's also interesting. The stupidest fucking, the dumbest fucking shit ever.
Well, I think it's interesting.
What's interesting about the dumbest shit that I just said? No, there is that type of person who's like, man, just be normal around them. They're just be normal. They're just people.
You can't.
Like, that's a fucking stupid thing to say.
She was so pretty, I thought it was gay.
No.
I was like, oh my God, I think I'm gay.
Bruh. Oh, bro.
I mean, you see these people and you're just like,
she was so
I just
hot.
want to touch you, like just with the back of the hand on the side of the face. You know,
That's
just
fucking
like
hilarious. Olivia, like, what if I was like, Scarlett Johansson was so hot, I started ovulating and understood what it was like to be a woman.
Honestly, I'm ovulating right now with the fact that you met Scarlett Johansson.
She was also like funny, like fun to talk to.
Oh,
like,
really?
Yeah. We talked, but it was only like maybe 20 minutes or so. And then she left with Colin, and I was like, I'm gonna go just hang out around in Rutland, Vermont by myself.
I'm gonna be in Rutland, just like being like, I met the Black Widow.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. It was but yeah, I came back Saturday, did a bunch of spots Saturday night, didn't drink alcohol at all, and had 11 and a half hours of sleep.
Okay, wow.
Which sometimes happens. I don't know if this happens to anyone else, but sometimes I just have like, hey man, your sleep bank is calling in a debt.
Yeah.
Like, you've been fucking missing payments here.
Yeah.
On sleep.
Got it.
And I just slept like a beast. Unfortunately, I woke up Sunday at 5:12 p.m.
Oh no.
So like, I got up and I was like, oh, that sucks. Day shot. Fuck. And then I had spots that night. And after my last spot that night, I was like, okay, I'm just going to stay up all day.
Oh, no.
I'm just going to reset my sleep schedule. It worked.
It worked.
I stayed up I didn't do any spots last night. I stayed up just all night, all fucking night. Was in bed by like 10 p.m. Woke up this morning at like 8 a.m.
Oh, wow.
Like, okay.
Back on track.
Let's see how long this lasts.
Yeah.
So I fucked this up completely.
Yeah.
Because right now in my head, and I think every comedian goes through this, you're like, oh, I'm just going to do some shows tonight and then go home early and eat a banana. And, you know.
Last night, Steve and I ordered full-on chopped cheese sandwiches at 12:30 in the morning.
I respect that.
Yeah, and then I stayed up to watch the Women's World Cup game because I was already awake because I'm still on Dublin time because I just got back from Dublin.
From fucking Ireland.
From fucking Ireland. Caitlin.
Caitlin.
They brought me up every time. It's like, this is the most Italian Irish woman name we've ever heard.
Caitlin Peluffo.
Caitlin Peluffo. I was like, yeah, that's me. And then I'd go up and be like, yeah, and I'm American. And then they'd be like, boo.
So you did the Dublin International Comedy Festival.
I did the Paddy Power Comedy Festival.
Is that what it's called now?
Yeah. It's great.
Yeah.
With all the tents.
All the tents.
There was 4 different tents.
Shit's awesome.
Oh my God. I had so much fun.
It's a great time.
And I wasn't drinking, but they have so much non-alcoholic beer there because everybody is an alcoholic that it is now just commonplace for everyone to drink 4 pints. Yeah. 4 pints. And then have a non-alcoholic one to reset and then continue to drink so that they don't black out.
Dude,
they figured it out.
They do understand pint life.
Yes, they do.
In Ireland, in the UK as well, where you're just like, oh, I get it now.
Yeah, that's them drinking responsibly.
You don't need shots when you do this fucking right.
Yeah.
Oh, the fucking Irish. That's what I was saying to you before we started recording, is that like your average Irish person is just funnier than most comedians I know. So it's like, it's got like, so that's why every Irish comedian I know is very big energy and very like kind of out there, because like I feel like if you went out there, you think about like an American comic, be like, so where are you from? Where the fuck are you from? I'm from fucking Galway. It's not how they sound, but you know.
It's true. I mean, every time I would talk to someone, they would be like, you're taking the piss out of me. Well, like, that's just a funny saying. Yeah. That's a great way to be like, leave me alone.
Well, I was there. So this was 2017. I was doing that fest with Conan. Kyle Conan was there. And him and I got there like a day early. And we're just walking around Dublin. Dublin has like a French Quarter. Forget what it was called.
Oh, really?
Well, it's not, but
I was like, I
it's
missed
not
that
a French
part.
Quarter, but it's like it's a part of downtown that reminded me a lot of like the French Quarter, just like tight quarters and the Irish Quarter. Fuck it, you know. But like just bars, and we went to some random bar, and we were like, let's we had been in Dublin for like 90 minutes, and we're like, let's have a pint.
Yeah.
Let's have a pint of Guinness, obviously.
Yeah.
And we go to this place, and Kyle orders them, and he does like I forget the way he does it. But he's like, hey, man, let me get 2. It was either 2 or 2.
Yeah.
Whichever. And then immediately he was like, oh, fuck, man. I think I just flipped that guy off.
Yeah.
Because one of those, I can't remember which it is. It's either this or this. One of these is like a fuck you.
Yes.
So when the guy comes back over with our beers, Kyle goes, say, man, I'm sorry. When I did this, did I flip you off? And he goes, no, but you just fucking did. And it was like, oh, yeah, sorry, buddy. And he's like, doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. I flip myself off every fucking morning. So I get out of bed, piss myself off. I'm like, oh, fuck you then. I'll go do a day. And we were just like, that was fucking hilarious. You know?
Yeah.
Better, I mean, and I was like, dude, is this how funny all Irish people are? And
yeah, pretty close.
I loved it over there.
Yeah,
man.
I had so much fun. And I also like being a tourist alone. That's great. I wake up when I want. I eat the eggs that I want. I don't have to compromise. I pick what I want to do. Fuck museums. I'm not going to a museum.
I don't have to compromise on the eggs.
Do anything. I had the best eggs of my life at a place called the Pepper Pot. It was so good. I went there 2 times in a row.
What was it? Can you give me specifics on what was so special about the eggs?
They were so fluffy.
Yeah.
And they had pepper in it already. I think they were made with whipped in butter. And they were just like, they were so rich.
There's something
light.
about, I believe there's something about Irish butter. That's like a thing. Where they get the cows shit face. The cows drink. I'm serious. I think the cows drink like Guinness.
Really?
And like,
no, you're lying to me.
It's something like that.
Very gullible.
Or Tullamore Dew. The fucking cows are shit faced, but that's when they make the good milk. And then you whip it into butter.
It was so good.
Yeah.
And the bread was great. I mean, the sausage was upsetting. I will say. The sausage, I was like, oh, they just cut it out of the pig. Like now.
I love the idea of like how they make Irish butter. They just get a thing of milk, a barrel of milk in a pub. And they just, to some drunk, to go, oh, I think that milk just called your mother a cunt.
Yeah.
And it just starts punching the milk until it turns into butter. The drunkard starts punching the fucking milk till it turns to butter. And that's good Irish butter. And they whip that in the eggs. I love this idea that you're like, I'm tired of compromising on my eggs. I just want fluffy peppered eggs.
They were so good.
We're always having boiled or goddamn sunny side up.
I'm never ordering over easy eggs again. I gotta figure it out. I was thinking of calling them to see what they put in there so that I could try and replicate it because it's so fluffy. I don't understand how they get it that fluffy.
I mean, now here's the thing though. I'm afraid for you to call because then you might find out it's something awful.
I know. It's like lard.
Yeah.
They just put lard in there.
It's the tears of a child.
Yeah. No.
It's when we reveal to orphans that their parents aren't coming back.
Yeah.
Then they start crying and we put those tears in the eggs. Makes them fluffy.
It might be something like that because it was sinfully good.
I mean, dude, that's fucking... I do think Ireland and the UK crush breakfast. Mm-hmm. Crush breakfast food.
I completely agree.
They just I love a full English breakfast. I love a full Scottish breakfast. Mm-hmm. The difference there, I think, is just the black pudding, which I also fucking love.
I didn't try the black pudding.
You know what it is?
Oh no.
It's congealed blood, basically.
Okay, that's enough. Congealed?
Good. Well, it's like sausage, basically.
Sausage.
It's fucking good.
But why is it congealed? What makes it
not
congealed?
But just like it's made of blood.
Oh.
It's blood sausage, which is also boudin. Which is
I literally gagged.
Really? I mean, if you've ever eaten steak, it's blood. You gonna barf?
It's different. I think I might barf.
Are you gonna barf?
That was so...
Well, I'll get to see those fluffy eggs.
It's just a tube of...
No, it's not a tube. No, it's the opposite. It's flowers and candy.
Tell me anything else.
It's a whole thing. They take a bunch of flowers.
Oh God!
Do you see that video that's circulating right now of the turtle that has all the butterflies drinking its tears?
No.
And they tell you how like
what are you doing on the internet? Your
Listen,
search history is wild.
my Pornhub history is going to be different than yours. I think nature's fucking hot. Okay? Those nature is metal videos, I'm just fucking yoinking to.
Okay.
Non-stop, all right?
As long as no one's getting hurt.
Well, an owl gonna fucking snatch up a goddamn bass fish. I'm gonna fucking come to that.
Okay. All right.
That would actually, I kind of wish that was true.
You wish animals turned you on? Is that what you're saying right now?
I know, man. Is that what I'm saying?
Let's all.
I wish I was into bestiality.
Yep. Nope. I don't think that's. Let's talk about blood pudding again.
Yeah, I'm trying to steer us away from it.
Yeah.
It would be hilarious to be like your bestiality, but you're just a voyeur.
I'm sorry. I thought about the blood pudding again.
Yeah, I got you away from it. I got us all the way into a whole new part of the fucking
really
journey.
Having a hard time with the thought of that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. We're fine. We're back on track.
All right. We're back.
Ugh. Okay. So
it turns out there's
Got
a
it.
symbiotic relationship between turtles and butterflies.
Oh.
Butterflies drink the turtles' tears, which are full of sodium and magnesium, and they need that. It's for the color of their wings to pop.
Wow.
And in turn, the turtles get their eyes cleaned.
Oh, that's nice.
According to the internet.
According to TikTok.
To this one clip.
Yeah.
That's just, man, I heard, you ever hear people like overhear a conversation and you're like, you are so fucking dumb. It's like ridiculous. You're so wrong. It's ridiculous, but you don't want to interject.
I think people are thinking that with our conversation right now.
No. I think they're 100%.
Some of them, they're probably just like,
high-fiving.
Jesus.
They're high. Well, guess what? It's a comedy podcast. Okay. This isn't Professor podcast. This isn't Facts Only, the podcast. This is Caitlin's podcast, which the name is now here.
Yeah, you don't even know.
I know what it's called.
What's it called?
That's insulting of me to answer.
That means he doesn't know. You don't even know where you are right now.
I know exactly.
You don't know.
I love Chicago.
You took the train here and got all mixed up.
I know what it's called. I just don't recall what it's called.
Jesus Christ.
What's it called?
This is a professional endeavor.
Exactly. So this is my point. Is today
okay.
I was at this coffee shop I like to go to in my neighborhood because it's got a nice backyard. And I like to sit there with a notebook and drink coffee and just brain barf on the page. And there was this what I perceive I think was a lunch date.
Oh,
is what I think it was because it was two people who came in and were meeting for the first time.
Got it.
Which we all loudly heard. Yeah. And they sat down and they were just, or a coffee date, I guess is what I would say it, but they had food involved. But he was like, yeah, man, I don't know. I think compared to TikTok, reels are pretty fucking boring.
Jesus.
Right? So I was like, okay,
riveting.
I'm going to hone in on this because they're basically almost the same thing.
Yeah.
And then he just went off on this whole, like, I just think everyone on TikTok is so much funnier.
Oh, no.
And so much more original.
It's the same.
Well, but also, what pissed me off about that was I was like, here's my beef with TikTok is that it encourages the opposite of originality. They're like, use this song that everyone's using. So the algorithm will play your shit more. Copycat videos. You know how like every few months is like another trend of like everyone do this exact same video. Here's me going to wake my husband up and tell him to cook for me. And, here's us, the one of the guy on the boat floating. Like, here's me when I realized I just won my fantasy league. Whatever it encourages non-creative people to just copycat a formula over and over again so that people keep looking at it so that they get more views, so that they get more money, so they get more eyeballs, so they get more whatever. It's all bullshit.
Okay.
And also, as comedians, I mean, I don't think this happens as much anymore, but it still happens. It encourages people to fucking
steal your stuff,
lip sync material or just repurpose it. It's, Rafi Bastos is doing, very funny comedian, Brazilian, American. He's got a whole thing right now about how a bunch of his bits got stolen and used by some like influencer. But like, I think TikTok is bad in that way.
Yeah.
But just hearing this dude be like, I don't know, I just think on TikTok is so much more interesting. And I was like, God damn, you just want to be like, hey, can I cut in here?
Yeah.
What's interesting to you?
Yeah. And then look at the woman and be like, run.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
Dude, one of my favorite shit like that I've ever seen. first date, which was clearly the first date, was outside of Katz's Deli. Not Katz's. What's the one in L.A. called? Cantor's.
Okay.
Okay, so Cantor's, is it called Cantor's? It is called Cantor's. On Fairfax, they have a room next door to it called the Kibitz Room.
All right. Oh, yeah. I know
They do,
Kibitz.
yeah, they do. So they do shows there. So I was standing outside there, waiting for a show to start, just sort of being out on the street. And these two people come out of Cantor's, and it's the dude is just bop, 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 and this girl is just sort of just listening. And then eventually he's just like, "So where do you want to go?" And he names 2 bars on the street, and she goes, "Hold on, I kind of think we're good here."
Wow.
And he was like, "Oh, I'm sorry." She's like, "Yeah, I mean, thank you very much for dinner, but I just think this is done." And
wow.
He's like, "Oh, okay, well, bye." And they just like.
Good for her.
He just walked off, and I met eyes with, like, she looked up and we like made eye contact, and I didn't even have to say anything. She was like, "It's exactly what you think." and I just laughed at it, and she like, fucking walked off and called the car, I guess, but like, or walked off to her car. But I was like, "Oh, okay." But then I was like, "Wait, but she doesn't know what I think." What I wish I could go back that moment and be like, "That was your long lost twin brother." Like, were you guys in an incestual couple? Was that your son?
Yeah. I never want to see my cousin again.
Was that a family thing? But obviously it was like a Tinder date or something. Right?
Yeah, it was a Tinder date, and he just was probably
or a Hinge.
Very insecure and just talked the whole time. And she was like, "I'm being talked at. Fun." And good for her for being like, "Nah, I'd rather save my time." That's incredible. I never had that I'd never felt like I could do that on a date. I would always just like let the guy kiss my face and then leave and then never call him again.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, but I also, this is when I was doing online dating, I was like mid-20s. So I didn't really, I was just like, is he the one?
Oh, yeah.
And then they would like awkwardly kiss my cheek and I'd be like, I'm not that kind of girl, even though I was very much that kind of girl, but not that kind of girl for them.
I always mind tricked the girl into making the first move.
Oh, really?
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
It's very simple. Not because women are simple, just because it's a simple thing you do.
What do you do?
Is you tell them what you're going. You tell them exactly what you're thinking.
You should smell my breath.
You go, "Hey, listen, I'm going to suck on your nose. Yes or no?" No, I don't do that.
I was like, is that working?
No. I just I busting the first move is fucking weird. I haven't. Also, like, dating at a certain point, like, when's the last date you went on before
Steve?
People? Okay, Steve. I didn't know if people knew about Steve.
They know about Steve.
Do people know about Steve and his
they
fucking
know.
yard cock? his fucking that guy's all dick.
Dick and a smile. That's what he is.
It ain't so much when you go. It ain't so much about how big is Steve's dick. It's about how big is Dick Steve. Am I right? You know what I mean?
Hello, Shelly and Rick. I know you're listening. Those are his parents.
Man, they know. They know. They cleaned him as a child and marveled. All right? His mother got confused about which one to put up to her breast.
Okay.
To nurse.
Wild.
It's like, oh, they thought they had Siamese twins joined at the fucking waist.
Okay, that's enough. That is enough.
And that one of them was armless.
Oh my God.
So before you started dating
my sweet Steve,
the human cock,
who I love for his personality.
Yeah, me too. You gotta have personality to distract people from the fact that your fucking dick is in their pants the moment you start talking to them. I don't know. That's weird. I don't know what that even means.
I can't remember because I had a boyfriend pretty long before that.
Oh.
Like a year. We were together for like a year. And then before that, I was mostly just getting drunk and meeting people at bars and doing it that way.
I would love to have fucking known little baby Peluffs.
Oh, she was a mess. She was a lot of fun though. She was a great time. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would just go to bars, I was the life of the party. Very fun. Very fun.
Yeah, getting loud.
Yes,
getting big,
and before I knew what yes and
knocking
was.
shit over.
Yeah.
You know,
and just
humping
having a great
stools
time.
before you knew.
Losing money. Just
Losing money on what?
I mean, I remember one time.
Nosebleed? No. Sorry. What is that? The one that's like, oh my God, just nosebleed.
Yeah.
What the?
Thinking about Steve's dick. You're just
God
like.
damn. 'Cause that was every time it enters you. Some of your blood has to leave the body. You're gonna bleed from somewhere. You choose. You choose.
What were we talking about?
Wait. Here's my impersonation of the face of a human being as Steve enters their rear. Ready?
I like that you lean forward.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, shout out.
Steve, sweet Steve Rogers.
Shout out Steve Rogers, the real Captain America. Captain America's got a shield. My man Steve got a motherfucking dog. I was gonna say dong, but I heard someone else say dong recently, and it pissed me off.
Okay.
I hate it. It's like my least favorite word for dick.
All right.
I heard someone go dong. They said, dude, dong. And I was like, you sound like a fucking idiot. Say dick, say cock, say penis, say wang, say
wang. That's a fun one.
But, you know.
Wangarino.
You know, fucking rooster. Snake, cartilage anaconda.
Okay.
You know, whatever. But anyway, so dating.
Actually, we're running out of time, baby.
I haven't been on a date. I want to start doing that again. Dating.
Yeah, you got to start dating. Do you drink on dates? You got to.
No, I haven't been on a fucking date in
I guess it's
decade almost.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Have you been seeing any ladies on a one-off?
Yeah, I mean, I guess like I've had like I get like impromptu dates where you're like, hey, what are you doing? You want to go to a thing?
Okay.
But like it's been a long time since I've been like hey, you want to go tomorrow at this time, meet at this place.
You haven't had to ask a girl out in a long time.
No. I mean, I feel like and not just a comic, if you're a performer in any way or like just like a creator in any way or an artist or anything, like you're kind of always putting yourself out there in some way, even if you realize it or not. And like, I don't know, I remember pre my ex, dating was always strange because it was like, hey, I'm doing shows all the time. And I'm not going to sacrifice that. I didn't move to New York for that, to meet my soulmate. I met here because I know my soulmate. And she's a fucking ruthless bitch. Come on.
Stand-up comedy?
Can't even say her name. She's just she got my soul. She got my soul, baby. She got my cat out my tongue. No, stand up. She's inside of me. She's inside of me, and I like it. But there are a lot of times the dates would just be like, oh, I'm going to come to your show, and we're going to hang out afterwards.
Oh, I would hate that.
Yeah.
And
then sometimes it would be like, oh, can you not do this show and come do this thing? And then I would be like,
absolutely not.
I'm sorry, I cannot do that.
Yeah.
So it's very fortunate that you got engaged to a comedian.
Yeah. People say like, I could never do that. It was like, it's actually the most functional thing I've ever been a part of.
I used to say all the time that I would not date comedians. I mean, even though my ex was is a comedian, but a different, not a stand-up.
Different vein.
Yeah, she's like music and stuff. But there are currently multiple. I used to be like, nah, dating comedian, bad idea. But now, yourself included, there are multiple comedy couples out there that I'm like, oh no, there might be hope.
Yeah, there's so much hope.
There might be hope.
Yeah,
you know?
I love it. I absolutely love it.
You know?
Yeah, I said yes.
I fucking hope so. Otherwise, there's gonna be a lot of chopped cheeses that just one.
Yeah, just a chopped cheese for one.
Solo chopped cheese.
Yeah.
No.
All right. So before we go, are there any drunk stories since you've been on here last?
Oh, is that what this is about? Drunk stories?
Yes.
Fuck, I'd have gotten to this 25 minutes ago. No, I mean, fuck, bro. Where do you want to fucking start? Wait. Since I was on here last.
I mean, you could talk about one. How about since you've been single?
Oh man. So wait, there's quite a few, but let me think. Because here's the thing, I have gone since I've been single. It's been like a year and a half now, almost.
Okay.
Right. May 2021 or 22. So yeah, there's been like the drinking's come in like waves.
Yeah.
It'll be like 1 month where I'm like, by the end of the month, I'm like, bruh, I gotta stop.
Yeah.
I think I have Bell's palsy. You know?
Yeah. You're a pint away from a stroke.
Right.
I got it.
And then the next month, I'm like, just,
I'm Gaston.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Except the not, but yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Just the non-creepy version, the Shire version.
All right.
But I definitely, so I was in Colorado.
Okay.
Right. Which here's the issue with Colorado.
All right.
Is that unless you're reminded immediately when you land, you often forget that there's an altitude situation.
Yes.
And that booze is going to hit you differently. And yes, beer is generally less alcoholic content there. Booze, though, to my experience, not the case.
Okay.
Right. So if you're having a shot, if you're having a beer and a shot, you're
Whoopsie.
Yeah. Whoopsie-daisy. So, this happened where I was in Colorado, and this was the beginning of this year. This is in January of this year. I was there, and I'm not going to say where, but it was Fort Collins, Colorado, which we were just talking about.
We were just talking about it.
So I guess I am kind of saying where.
We know where.
Right. All right. And I was reminded of this the next day. I got fucking hammered one night with the staff of a club, and someone, this happens a lot. I think the idea, it's kind of weird how gay is still funny, like in the sense that people people still make gay jokes.
Oh,
like
I see.
You know what I'm saying? People still like, oh, because that's gay, and people are like, ah.
Okay.
But drinking, hanging out, and all of a sudden, for some reason, the idea of like two non-gay people kissing is hilarious. And when you're all hammered, and I know you could, there's people who would hear that and be like, no, that's not funny, but okay, tell the world that.
Yeah.
Right. But basically, one of the bartenders, I forget the exact scenario, but there was like a dare situation of being like, who's gonna kiss who? And I'm like, I'll fucking kiss this guy right here, and just straight up tongue with this bartender.
Oh wow! Because
I'm pretty sure he's not gay, because his girlfriend was the one who sent me the picture
of you guys kissing.
Yeah. and then the next day I was in Denver, just hanging out.
Yeah.
Right? So I did shows in Fort Collins, went to Denver the next day just to hang out for like a couple of days, because then I had to be in like Salt Lake City or something. So I didn't want to come all the way. I don't know how often that happens to you when you're like, I'm out here on the road. I have 2 days. I can either go back to New York for a day and a half or just live it. So I go to Denver and I show a friend of mine this picture of
you kissing this man.
Just like, oh, yes, made out with me and this bartender fucking drunkenly.
Yeah.
And he got so like, what are you going to do? Are you gonna, like, he's like, you got to start talking about it? I'm like, talking about what? He's like, I mean, that you're gay. But he didn't say it like that. It was more like are you gay? But he said it in a very like, are you gay? You're gay. And I was like, no. And he's like, no, man, I don't, no. And I'm like, no, I don't, no.
A mouth is a mouth.
I'm not, we're fucking hammered. It's not that big of a deal. And he was adamantly, and it was weird too, because it was like Denver.
Yeah. Which
is still like a pretty progressive minded city. But he was sort of like, I don't know, man. I think if you do that, like, you got to start asking yourself,
oh, Jesus.
And I was like, no, I mean, okay, let's talk about this. And then like we start shooting the shit, and I realized like, oh, you're having this conversation with yourself.
Yes, you might be a little gay.
I'm like, this is you're a project. I'm just a screen.
Yeah.
And you're just like, and roll. Can we? Oh, wait, I got this movie I want to show you. It's called I'm Really Fucking Deep in This Closet and Can't Find My Way Out. Right? And so then it became a thing of like, do you want to kiss me right now?
Oh, wow.
And then we're at another bar. Now we're getting more and more, more and more. And he's just like, no, fuck no, stop it. No, whatever. And then we let it go. And then we bar hop around, and then we get to this other bar, and he's like, hey, but honestly. Right? And I was like, wait, do you need this?
Yeah.
And that didn't happen. I was like, no kissing took place.
Yeah.
But there was just a moment where it came out just a little.
Yeah.
And then he's like, no, right back in.
Yeah.
Right? And it's unfortunate because he's just like a guy. He's like a guy I know from Louisiana who lives out there now. And I forget what he fucking does for a living, but it's like, man, fuck. Like, he's going to go back in and stay in there.
You could have saved a man.
I mean, if he's listening to this, he knows who he is.
Yeah.
You live in Denver, buddy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's no shortage of rainbow flags out there.
You got
Get out there and live your best you.
plethora of opportunity. All right.
You got mile high fucking dick.
It's no Steve Rogers, but
it's no Steve Rogers. The Rocky Mountain cock, we call him out there. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Oh.
You know, but I do. That is what I love and hate about alcohol. Because like those moments become more like, all right, here we are. Let's fucking do it. Let's get into it.
We're being wild.
But then sometimes that same situation probably in the 70s could have been like that dude throwing a punch or something. Yeah. Because it's like, you fucking homo.
Yeah.
And he's just angry now because I truly do believe that. I do believe like vehemently, if that's the right word, it might not be, but just hardcore anti-gay motherfuckers. It comes from a total awareness that they themselves are gay and can't deal with it. Yeah. And it can't come out. And I just believe that. I think maybe there's like
deep-seated homophobia.
2%, maybe 2% is just pure hatred personified into a human being. But I think the rest of it's like, oh, you have some sort of tendency that you have not processed or that you are afraid to allow yourself to fucking accept, and you turned it in and it's become hatred and you're now just on everyone else. Yeah. Right? There's no other reason. Which is sad. But booze really bring. I think you can watch a version of this on YouTube on Ari Shafir's This Is Not Happening. But me and my buddy once in New Orleans were gay bashed. Oh. And but only because we were jokingly pretending to be gay dudes fist fighting each other.
Okay.
Right? We were drunk, we were slightly coked up.
Okay.
Right? And we were both trained in stage combat.
Okay.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
And so we were doing this thing where we were just fucking hammered on the streets and we were pretending to be a bickering gay couple and then we would stage fight, beat the shit out of each other, right? It was, I know. Lowbrow we were like both 24 kind of
thing,
got
it.
Right? and there was one time we did it and I'm pretending he's kicking my ass and this guy walks up and he goes, oh man, you just kicked that dude's ass. You're really gay? And my friend sold it. And then this dude just threw a fucking haymaker, cracked him in the head.
Oh my God.
And then I jumped up and was like, no, whoa. And then this other guy came fucking just caught me right in the fucking head. Just right in the jaw.
Jesus.
Now, and this is the only time I ever will give cocaine credit. Was if I was not coked up out of my fucking skull, I probably would have gotten knocked out and not seen what happened next. But I was coked up enough to where it was like, oh, I'm still here. Yeah. And then my buddy who got hit the first time just beat the ever-living fucking shit out of both these guys. Yeah. Right. But he was like a jacked, scrappy lad, and he just fucking thrashed them both.
Wow.
Hard. Yeah. To the point where I had to like get him out of there. I was like, buddy, we got to go. You just... In a matter of...
He just changed their opinion on gay dudes.
90 seconds. Just fucked them both up pretty bad.
He was like, this gay dude can fight. We got to stop hitting him. He probably saved some lives.
Yeah. He was also like a bigger, like, 6 foot something. Like he's a strap. Yeah. But then very soon after that came out.
As gay?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was like actually, I am actually gay.
That's great.
But it was like, oh, really? I was like, oh, cool. But interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's, those.
Well, then it's a total win.
It's a win-win.
It's a win-win.
Yeah.
Beat the crap out of those gay bashers.
Yeah.
Prove to them that gay men can fight. And then he's like, and also, I am gay. Yeah. So we're not even grandstanding
and now
here.
Just beats the fuck out of some.
Yeah. He's like gay Batman.
Yeah. Gay Batman.
Yeah.
Or, yeah. Yeah.
That's great.
Well, I don't know. So Robin?
Yeah. That's fun.
That's a fun one.
All
That's
right,
a fun
Sean. Thanks for doing
that's
the podcast.
called landing it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. A little rocky, but then there she is. She's there. Smooth landing in LaGuardia.
Flying over Blood Sausage Lake.
Oh, don't bring it up again. Good God.
Yeah. There was a moment just now where I was like, oh, she projectile vomits.
I mean, that's the button. That's the land.
That's the clip. I was going to say, that's the clip.
Oh, my God. Sean, where can people find you?
If you go to my website, SeanPatton.com, or find me on the socials at MrSeanPatton.com. I just announced a tour. I'm doing it month by month because I feel like everyone puts these posters out where it's like, look at my next 90 tour dates. I'm like, all right, that's great. I'm just going to do it month by month because I'm going to remind the shit out of you every month.
There we go.
Yeah, but I just released the September dates. It's called the Material Tour. I'm coming to Asheville, Charleston, London, Denver, Salt Lake City, Batavia, Illinois.
Oh, okay.
And that's just in September, but stay tuned. There'll be more.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Sean Patton, everybody. Clap it up. Clap him out. Bye-bye.
Bye.